The goal of your trust building asset is for them to build confidence in your ability to solve a larger problem for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce to you my 6 favorite trust building assets. And once I give that away to you, I'm actually going to show you how to create trust building assets with AI. It doesn't matter who you are. There's going to be one reason that people choose to buy from you or choose not to buy from you. And that exact reason comes down to if they trust you. And I'm going to break down exactly how you, as a brand new entrepreneur, how you can actually build trust with people even though you have zero social proof. You see, most people are not able to kick their business off the ground is because they're not able to create trust with people, right? People buy from who they trust will help them get a result. And it's very hard to do that if you have no proof that you've done it already before. But guess what? Today, I'm going to break down the game on exactly how you can get strangers to buy from you because you gained their trust within 5 minutes of them figuring out who you are. What's up, family? Welcome to another episode of the Growing Season Show, where we break down the strategies, the tactics, the resources, the mindset for you to be able to build a 6-figure online business while you're still working your 9 to 5. And if you didn't catch the last episode, what we did was we broke down the 4 secrets for you to be able to build a successful online business this year. And what we're doing is each week we are diving deeper on each one of those 4 secrets. And today we are focusing on what we call a trust building asset. We broke down how to create an attractable offer that makes people feel stupid to say no to, right? The offer is the foundation of you being able to build a successful online business. If you're not offering something that people want, it's really hard for them to buy from you. Now, the next thing that we're going to break into is what we call building a trust building asset. This is the second secret to being able to build a successful online business, because this is going to be a tangible resource that you can provide to people for you to be able to build instant trust with them. So a lot of people wonder, especially when they're first starting off, how is it possible for you to be able to gain trust with people if you've never provided that service before? How is it possible for you to show people that you can create results for them if you've never created those results before? And it's really simple. It all comes down to you being able to build trust with them. The reason that they're not buying from you is because they just don't trust you, right? If you run across someone and they tell you, hey, I can get you this type of result, and you fully believe that they're able to get you that result, there's a very high likelihood that you're going to choose to work with them. And that is exactly how people look at you before they choose to buy from you. Are you someone that you actually can trust, and can they trust you to actually deliver these results for them? So let's jump into it. So to understand where trust really comes into play with all of this, it all starts with the power of 7. So you might have heard this before, but in order for someone to buy from you, they have to see you 7 times, right? And that's just the average number. Another thing that people don't realize is that 83% of people that buy from people, it requires a ton of follow-ups, meaning that it wasn't the first conversation that they chose to buy from you. It required you to follow up with them. 83% of people only buy from you if you reach out to them multiple times. And guess why? It is because it takes multiple times for people to interact with you before they actually buy from you. And I want you to put it into your own perspective. How often have you seen something for the first time and you instantly pulled your credit card out and just bought from it immediately, right? The reason that you probably chose to wait a little bit is because you didn't fully trust that they can actually deliver what it is that they said they could do. But after you've seen it multiple times, they gain more and more trust with you. And this is why we push people to create valuable content, because if you create valuable content, you increase the likelihood of people trusting that you can actually do what it is that you said you could do. So me personally, I reached a point in my business where I have a ton of social proof. Anyone who wants to work with me, I can easily go back to my track record and be able to show them the results that I got for other people. And this is why it's so important to track the results that you get for your clients, because it becomes so much easier for you to actually sell your services because you have the social proof behind it. Now, it wasn't always this way though, right? I started my business and I did not have any social proof. I had no way of showing people that I can actually deliver what it is that I said I can do. But what I realized was when I started providing free value to people, they started to really trust me, and I didn't even have to offer my services. They actually came to me and asked, hey, what else is it that you can provide to me, because I trust you so much, because you already gave me so much free information. So we're going to break down how you can follow a similar process to be able to launch and scale your business, because I'm going to show you how to create useful assets that you can provide to people so that they can actually trust that you can deliver their service. And the beautiful thing about this is that the more people who experience dealing with this asset that I want to show you exactly how to create, the more people are going to naturally ask you, what is it that you can actually offer me at a deeper level? Because if you gave me this for free, I know that your paid services is going to really be able to help solve my problems. So let's jump into it. So what is a trust building asset? And essentially what we like to call a trust building asset is a useful resource that you provide to people either for free or at a really low cost that provides some type of transformation for them. It all goes down to being able to show them that you actually can provide some type of value to them. And the best way for you to do that is to give them something in exchange for them getting that experience. When you actually provide a micro transformation for someone, it makes them actually crave for a deeper transformation. And that's why it's so important that when you do provide someone some type of resource or a trust building asset, that is something that's really useful, because guess what? If you give them something and it's not that good, guess what? It actually provides the opposite effect, right? What ends up happening is they see your product and they're like, oh, this is not good at all. Even if it was free, this is not a good resource. I don't trust this person at all. And this is why I tell people all the time, it is okay to provide a ton of value when it comes to giving away resources, because it makes people actually want to crave to work with you even more than they were before. Now, a question that we get all the time is when it comes to providing this free resource to someone, it's like, how much value should you actually provide with it, right? And the rule of thumb that I like to say is that your free product should provide more value than most people's paid product. All right. And I like to say $50. If someone will pay $50 for something, there's a very high likelihood that they will be open to getting whatever your free resource is. And the way that this works is pretty simple. There's a price that everyone pays to be able to get any type of resource. So rather that is money, or rather it is actually them providing their information. So the reason that we provide this resource to someone for free is because we want to get their contact information and get them on our newsletters, get them on our email list, get them on our text subscriptions. We want to provide this to them in exchange for their contact information. So that is the price that they are paying in order to get your free resource, because it is a cost, right? It is very inconvenient for someone to give you their contact information, especially in today's world where a lot of people actually abuse getting people's contact information, which is why all these laws are kind of coming out as far as marketing, because people abuse it. And people do get frustrated when they provide their contact information to someone and people take advantage of it. And that's the price that they are paying. So as long as you are providing a resource that is worth them providing their contact information for, that is when you get the win, because that puts you in a position to follow up with people, right? Now that you have their contact information, it's very easy for you to reach that magic number 7, for you to reach out to them 7 times, to get in front of them 7 times. And you can do this multiple ways, right? We're going to talk about this a little bit more on the future episodes. But when I get your contact information, the first thing I can do is I can email and text you. The next thing I can do is I can actually run ads on these platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I can give them your email address and say, hey, here's an email address that I want to put my content in front of. And so that's how you can actually run retargeting campaigns. That's why whenever you give someone your contact information on the internet, you might notice that you start to see their ads 3 to 4 times a day. That's very intentional. They collected your contact information and now they told the platforms to put their content in front of you multiple times per day. And that's the power of being able to provide a trust building asset, is now you get people's contact information and now you can put yourself in front of them multiple times every single day. Another important thing about your trust building asset is that it should be a low barrier to entry, meaning that it doesn't take a lot for them to be able to access your information. Again, they are paying a price by getting a hold of your trust building asset. So you want to make it extremely easy. So something that we like to do is just ask people for their email address, right? right? Hey, what's your email address? I'm going to send you this asset over to you in exchange for it. So it becomes really easy. But if you have someone, fill out a bunch of information, they have to sign waivers and all of these different things, it makes it really hard for them to want to access your asset, because at that point it's like, I might as well pay for it if you're going to put me through all of this. So you want it to be very, very simple, and that's really going to be able to help you create a tangible asset that can build trust with people. And then the last important piece about your trust building asset is the fact that it needs to be something that is actually valuable, something that is actually useful. Because again, if you give someone a really bad product, it doesn't matter if it was free or not. If you give that to them and they have a bad experience, even with your free product, it actually does more damage than it does good, because now people got to experience what you have to offer and it didn't give them a good experience. So guess what? They have no type of ambition. They have no willingness to want to work with you or pay for anything because you gave them something that was such low quality. The goal of your trust building asset is for them to build confidence in your ability to solve a larger problem for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce to you my 6 favorite trust building assets. And once I give that away to you, I'm actually going to show you how to create trust building assets with AI. So let's jump into the favorite trust building assets. So the first type of trust building asset that a lot of people are going to be familiar with is going to be ebooks or guides. And these are going to be simple digital products that people can download and access that pretty much walks them through some type of transformation that they can get. And the beautiful thing about ebooks and guides is that it's really easy for people to access, and it's something that they can just read, right? They don't have to sit down and watch a ton of videos. It's something they can download. They get easy access to it. And the great thing about ebooks and guides is that it's actually very easy for you to deliver it, right? Because now all you're doing is literally taking a digital asset, and as soon as they give you their contact information or anything, you're able to just instantly give them that ebook and guide, and they can access it immediately and start to get results about it immediately. So now you're building trust with people literally within like 5 minutes of them finding out who you are, especially if you choose to give them a valuable asset that they can actually use, that can actually create transformation for them. I mean, think about it. If you scroll down social media right now, I can guarantee you that if you're scrolling for 5 to 6 minutes, I can guarantee you that you're going to run across at least 2 to 3 free ebooks that someone is trying to offer you. It is because it just simply works. So to start off, I would 100% start off with a free ebook or guide. People love it. It's super accessible and it actually creates results for people. Now, the next type of trust building asset that works really well is going to be webinars and workshops. This can either be live or recorded, but webinars has been something that's really been running the internet for at least the past 10 to 15 years, if not more. People love being able to access a free training and be able to get your insight on how to create a result. And honestly, the way that we scale a lot of the businesses that we work with, one of the first things that we do is we come in and we launch a webinar. I'll give you guys a perfect example. We came in working with a client. He was already at $100,000 per month, right? And all we did was we came into his business and we launched a series of webinars to sell his high ticket product. When we came in and launched these webinars, he literally was able to double his revenue in less than 3 months of us working with him, simply because we came in and we gave his audience, as well as a new audience, we gave them the ability to be able to watch him present information for free. And he built so much trust with people instantly. Like, I'm talking like he literally ran a 2-hour workshop for people who had no idea who he was. And by the end of that 2-hour workshop, he had people buying $3,000 products from him because he gave them so much value in that workshop that they needed more. They wanted to keep working with him. Another trust building asset that works really well is what we like to call exclusive discounts and promotions. This basically allows people to come work with you at a discount to see what is the experience that you can actually provide for them. Now, I love using discounts and promotions if it's something that's going to be recurring. If it's very clear that once they get this service one time from you, there's a high likelihood that they're going to keep coming back for more. So a good example that I like to use is like a barbershop, right? Most people stick to their barber for a really long time. Most people stick to their hairstylist for a really long time. So they don't just come once a year to go see their hairstylist or their barber, right? It's something where they're coming over and over again pretty consistently. That is a really good example of how people run a promotion for them to come try out their services one time. They build a relationship with them, and now they're stuck with them for a really long time because they built that trust. And sometimes providing a discount can really bring in new people to come work with you, so that way you can constantly provide value to them on a recurring basis. Now, my fourth favorite trust building asset is going to be free consultations and strategy calls. The great thing about this is you actually get to have a conversation with people. You actually get to walk them through how they can solve their problem. And that is literally how I scaled my business. That was a trust building asset that I use to be able to scale my business to $50,000 per month, is by providing free consultations to people and showing them, hey, here's exactly the problems that you're dealing with. Here's how you can actually solve that problem, and here's how we can actually help you solve that problem quicker, right? So providing free consultations is amazing. The only thing is, when it comes to providing free consultations, is you don't want people to waste your time, right? So something that we do is we use an application process. So before anyone actually books time to talk to anyone on my team, they have to fill out an application and make sure that they're actually a good fit, because consultations can waste your time. It does, pull resources in order for you to do it. So running an application is a really good way for you to prevent yourself from wasting a ton of time. The fifth trust building asset is going to be something that most people sleep on, and this is either tools, templates, or checklists. This is going to be something that someone can actually carry and look at, and they can actually walk them through actually creating a result. So the first lead magnet that I ever launched in my business that actually allowed me to close my first high ticket deal, I closed a $4,000 deal by doing this. I was giving away a SOP, a standard operating procedure, for people to be able to acquire clients online without spending money on ads. So I called this, here's the SOP to acquire your next 3 high ticket clients. And all I did was I provided a step-by-step instruction and messaging script for people to be able to reach out to people and basically close them on the deal, right? I gave this away for free, and what ended up happening was it was so valuable that whenever I followed up with people and I said, hey, how'd you like the resource? Would you like to get on a strategy call to see if we can help you actually scale your business to the next level? I literally launched this lead magnet. I ran it through ads. I spent about $1,000 on ads to basically generate leads for it. I gave away this completely for free. What ended up happening was someone closed with me, and I closed a $5,000 deal, all because I gave them a free resource that made them trust me. After they read the resource, they seen like, oh, I can actually acquire clients by following this guide. I wonder what else it is that Adrian has to offer. So this was a great way that I started off by providing a checklist. A messaging script's always going to be good, and a standard operating procedure can really drive things. For example, if you do social media content, if you give someone a social media calendar that they can use to generate sales for their business, that's the easy way for people to trust that you know what you're doing. You gave me this calendar completely for free. How else can you actually help me record the content and actually execute with it? And then here's the final method, and we got to give credit to Alex Hormozy for really changing the game when it comes to giving away this for free, but you can give away free educational courses and videos. Now, this used to be unheard of a few years for people to give away a full course for free. And it makes sense, right? Because a lot of effort goes into courses and things like that. But Alex Hormozy actually changed the game with this, because he was giving away courses that were worth $2,000, $3,000. He was giving away for free. And he built such a large audience by building so much credibility by giving away courses for free. So this is another method. I don't suggest for you to do this out the gate, because this could be a way for you to actually make money. But if you have old material, you're not using it anymore, feel free to package these things together and be able to turn it into a course that you can give away for free. Because a course is a really good thing that can get people really big results for them to actually trust you and actually want to work with you for the bigger programs that you have, if you give away a course completely for free. All right, so those are the trust building assets that I suggest for you to check out, for you to actually build to give away to your potential clients. for you to be able to build trust with them. Now let's walk through, how do you use AI to be able to build these trust building assets, even if you're not even an expert in any of these fields. So the secret hack for you to use AI to actually get this done is to use AI to use AI. All right, so what does this mean? So as you know, with things such as ChatGPT, it's all about the prompts you use, right? So the prompts that you use will actually help you get the results that you're looking to get. And it's really hard to come out to understand what type of prompts you want to use for ChatGPT to be able to create something that's a little bit more complex, such as a checklist, ebook, educational course, webinar script, whatever the case may be. So the secret hack to being able to use AI to actually make this happen is to ask AI, how do you use AI to make it happen? What I like to do is I like to go into ChatGPT, which is completely for free. I would like to go into there and I will literally ask it, I say, hey, I am this type of business owner that is looking to do this. I want to provide a ton of free value to my potential prospects in order for them to buy my higher ticket services. Can you help me generate an AI prompt that I can use to generate a free checklist that I can give away to this client to solve this type of problem? All right, so you literally want to play around with it, but the hack is to be able to use AI to figure out how to use AI. A lot of people sleep on this method. It's something that can really help take your business to the next level in order to build free resources by leveraging AI. So if you use this method, I guarantee it will work. All right. So hopefully you guys found this extremely valuable today on how you can build instant trust with potential prospects, even if you have no social proof. All right, so if you found this valuable by any means, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. We're gonna be dropping these every single week. Make sure you join our newsletter. It is in the description. When you join our newsletter, you get invited to free trainings every Thursday where we actually walk through these concepts much deeper to help you build, launch, and scale your online business. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Look out for the next episode. I'll see you on the other side.